folks, Corey Arnold here at Toyota Beasley. Hey, got some great news for you. We got a truckload of cars that came in this morning. The unfortunate part is all of them are sold except for one. All right, so we've got a vehicle that you can take home with you. Every time I make one of these videos, I think about the fact that if I were in the market for a car, there are some people willing to order a car, and that's fantastic. That's what we need you to do in order for the Toyota, the new way we do business, in order to make it now. But every now and then, there's a vehicle that slips through the crack, one that you can take home the old-fashioned way. You come down to the Toyota store, you touch it, you feel it, and you get in it and you drive it home. And that is going to be 2022 Toyota Tundra long bed SR5 4-wheel drive. All right, so let me say it again. 2022 Toyota Tundra SR5 long bed 4-wheel drive. When we get to the back, you're going to see how big this bed is. 8.1-inch bed on the back of this vehicle. So let's kind of walk around and talk if we can. First, I want to raise the hood and talk about the engine powertrain. All right now. So you're going to ask me a question. Is this engine more powerful than the outgoing V8 engine? And the answer to that question is yes. This is a 3.5 liter twin turbo V6. It produces, are you ready? The V8 produced 381 horsepower. This engine produces 389. But here is a significant part. The V8 only produced 401 pounds with the low end foot torque. Ask me how many pounds of low end foot torque is that right there. 479, and any day of the week we will give you 5 miles to the gallon more. So whatever Tundra you're driving now, whatever gas mileage you're getting now, I want you to add 5 to it, and that's what this engine would actually do. Of course, it is rated at 19 miles to the gallon because it is 4-wheel drive. If you got a 2-wheel drive, it's rated at 20 miles to the gallon. That is combined. I'm not talking city highway, I'm talking combined. Out on the highway, this vehicle will probably get up around that 23, even that 24 mark. So combined 19 miles to the gallon. Let's talk about what it's covered. 5 years or 60,000 miles powertrain. The engine, the new 10-speed automatic transmission, covered for 5 years or 60,000 miles. 4-wheel drive system, the rear-wheel drive system, 5 years or 60,000 miles powertrain coverage. You and I both know Toyota has the reputation of being probably the most reliable of the full-size trucks. I know people always give you a hard time whenever you produce something new. This had to happen, okay? Bad gas mileage, let's face it, at $4.50 a gallon, bad gas mileage had to go away. And this is actually great gas mileage for a truck this size with the amount of muscle that this truck has and able to actually do it. So come out and actually check this particular one out. We're going to continue to walk around it, but we did want to talk to you about that twin turbo V6 there. Now, don't forget, in some other models, not in this particular one, but in some other models, that engine is married to a hybrid synergy drive system. Hear this number if you would. 583 foot-pounds of torque. Did you hear that? 583 foot-pounds of torque. Not in this configuration, but that engine married to an electric system is 583 horsepower. Wow, what a great job Toyota did with that right there.
Hey,
Let's
Corey,
step back and get a look at it.
Do they still get 2 years free maintenance?
2 years, yes. Now you still get the 2 years complimentary maintenance on this vehicle. As a matter of fact, there's another feature on this called Toyota Guard. And Toyota Guard Platinum actually gives you, are you ready for this now? We're going to give you 4 extra tire rotations. So here are the basic coverage, okay? So the vehicle has complimentary maintenance, 2 years or 25,000 miles. So when you come in for that 30,000 mile service, that's the first time you're going to begin to pay for your oil changes and tire rotation. But because this vehicle has got Toyota Guard Platinum, are you ready for this? We're going to extend that out. Come on around right here. Let me show you just so we can have it in writing there. All right, so what we're going to get is another 2 oil changes and an additional 4 tire rotations. So get this, the first time that you will begin to pay for your oil changes and your tire rotations is when you come in for 50,000 miles or the 50-month service. Now, it doesn't mean that if you need tires before then, you would buy the tires. If you need windshield wiper blades, if you need brakes, I'm talking oil changes and tire rotations covered on this vehicle for the next 45 months or 45,000 miles. You don't pull out your wallet to pay for oil changes and tire rotations until 50 months old. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Let's get a look at on the inside in here. Now, this one is the double cab in this configuration. So now up front right here, we got tons of room here. This is the completely redesigned. That is the 8-inch touchscreen. I know all of the publications you're seeing are showing you that big 14-inch screen, but in this configuration, we've got the actual 8-inch. It does everything the other ones do, the other screens do. It's just actually in a smaller configuration that we've got there. I don't know about you. I like the look of this vehicle. Streamlined. I love the center console. All of that. This vehicle is ready for someone to do some work in it. I got to tell you that now. All right, so let's look at the back here. All right, now you can see how the seats actually do. I'm gonna let these seats up so you can see what we've got going there. Big, deep well underneath the back there. All right, so I don't know about you, but that's probably about 7 to 8 inches deep in the back. So when you're storing things that you need to complete that job site or work on that job site, I should say, it's actually all there. And watch what you can do there. You see how that can move there, cameraman? So watch what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna grab this here, move it over. So jump back in there for me if you would now, and see how we made a compartment there. So these right here actually can move to the different sections there. So you can actually have the box divided into sections all the way across. So you can see another one there. Kind of a neat idea that we've got there. Again, especially for someone who is serious about doing some work in this vehicle. All right, now to the creme de la creme. Let's check out the bed. So this is an 8.1-inch bed. I gotta tell you, for all those people who really need the bed of a truck to do things, okay, with the family, imagine this, okay? You don't need to buy this rack. You don't need to buy that rack. Put it in the bed, because this is an 8.1-inch bed. I'm about 6 feet tall, so get this now that we've got there, an 8.1-inch bed. Now, one thing that I wanted to let you know, all Tundras have got the Tundra stamped across the back there, a remote tailgate release. Let me make sure I got the key. Got it right here. Pops down right there. Neat feature that we've got there. In case you come out of Lowe's, you're looking out at your truck, you're like, man, what am I going to do when I get this wood out there? Go ahead and pop your tailgate down, and that way when you get out with a load of wood, that you can actually take it. I could just imagine on the way to a job site, stopping by Lowe's, just grabbing some stuff with that 8.1-inch bed. Four-wheel drive, this truck is ready. So payload on this truck, you do have to reduce payload when you actually get to a four-wheel drive. We know the payload is about 1,940 pounds, but it's going to come down a little bit because this is a four-wheel drive. Also, the towing, the max towing is 12,000 pounds. This one, again, is going to come down a little bit because, again, it's four-wheel drive. Most people don't realize that whenever you've got a four-wheel drive systems are heavy. Therefore, you have to subtract that from the actual payload and from the towing. But the fact that this is a long bed, guys, this would be a really, really stable platform for towing. And guess what? If you wanted to put you a fifth wheel in there, all right, that would be a nice option right in the middle of that big, long bed that we've got there. Good looking truck, okay? You got to come out and see it. It is here available for you to take with you home today. You don't have to wait on this particular one. We did actually have something that did not quite transpire. So this vehicle is ready and available now. I even love the fact that it's got blind spot monitoring. This is a really, really nice truck. And long bed, you're talking about ride good. And guess what else you can do? You get to drive it before you actually buy it. In most cases, we ask you to buy a car that you've never driven before. But in this case, you can come out today and actually look at it. Normally, these videos do stir the actual public a little bit. Last time we did a video on a red 4Runner, it got out of here. So hopefully going to be the same thing here. We want this one gone today. Come see us at Toyota Beasley. Guys, have a great day and stay in the shade.